Chapter 11. The god of thunder, son of Odin, was propelled through space and time to a dark and rocky landscape worlds away from his home in both grandeur and dimension. As he rocketed to Midgard, to Earth, he saw ahead of him the dim lights of a motorized vehicle, the likes of which was unfamiliar to him. Disoriented from his journey, there was no way to prevent a collision. He was soon hit hard and laid out on the dusty ground. Eric Selvig, who had been a passenger, sprung out along with the driver, Jane Foster, and Darcy Lewis, who assisted them. Jane rushed to Thor's side. "Do me a favor and don't be dead," Jane said as Thor breathed heavily, attempting to recover from both the vehicle's impact and his exile to Midgard. The son of Odin raised himself on his elbows and stared into Jane's face. She resembled those who lived on Asgard, but there was a look in her eyes that betrayed fear and concern, a look Thor knew was unique to mortals. Finally, Jane sighed in relief. The man she hit didn't look very hurt at all. "Where did he come from?" she asked her colleagues. At the same time, Thor regained much of his strength and fully picked himself up. He spun around, attempting to regain his bearings. Where was Mjolnir? He began to call out for his hammer. Then he called out for Heimdall, guardian of the Bifrost. Finally, he began to question the group about the realm on which he'd landed. "Oh my gosh," Jane said, examining the sky above the spot where Thor had landed. "Look at this. We need to take a record of it before it all changes." "Jane, we have to take him to the hospital," Eric replied. "Oh, he's fine. Look at him," Jane said, motioning to Thor, who now appeared to be fully recovered. "Heimdall, I know you can hear me. Open the Bifrost," Thor shouted to the sky. Jane winced. "Right, hospital. You go, I'll stay." But before Eric could take Thor anywhere, the mighty son of Odin spun around. "You," he pointed at Darcy. "What realm is this? Alfheim? Nornheim? New Mexico?" Darcy replied. Instinctively, she lifted her taser toward Thor and trained its red target beam on him. Thor puffed out his chest. "You dare threaten me, Thor, with so puny a weapon?" With that, Darcy pulled her trigger and zapped Thor, who quivered from the electrical pulses that coursed through him before finally collapsing. Eric and Jane looked at Darcy in disbelief. "What?" she asked. "He was freaking me out." The three struggled to lift Thor, whose weight was considerable. "Darcy, next time you taser somebody, make sure he's already in the car, okay?" Eric said. Before long, the three had arrived at the hospital. As the medics took Thor to the ER, Jane, Darcy, and Eric registered him. "Name?" the receptionist requested. "He said it was Thor?" Jane responded skeptically. "And your relationship to him?" I've never met him before." "Until she hit him with a car," Darcy added. "I grazed him," Jane interjected, "but she tasered him." "Yes, I did," Darcy proudly admitted. Shouts and commotion were then heard in the direction of Thor's examining room. "How dare you attack the son of Odin?" Glass was breaking, metal was clanging, and medical instruments could be heard crashing to the ground. Thor made his way out of the examining room and toward reception, followed by a great number of hospital workers. 2 workers were able to steady Thor and push him up against a wall. "You are no match for the mighty..." But before Thor could finish his sentence, he was pricked in the back with a needle and collapsed to the ground.